Hello, welcome to our channel, Top 10s You Should Know. In this episode, I'm bringing you something that might finally explain why you're stuck in loops of frustration. The top 15 mind traps that steal your time and energy. These aren't just distractions or bad habits. They're invisible patterns hiding in your thinking, draining your focus, slowing your progress, and making life feel heavier than it needs to be. Whether you're trying to grow, create, or simply live more peacefully, this one could be the reset you've been needing. Let's begin. 1. Overthinking, the mental loop that feels like productivity. Overthinking may feel like working through problems, but in reality, it's just spinning wheels in your head. It makes you believe you're solving things when you're actually staying stuck in analysis paralysis. This trap creates false momentum, the illusion of progress without real action. And the worst part? It drains your emotional fuel, leaving you exhausted before you even move. 2. Comparison. The silent thief of joy and focus. Comparison feels harmless, until suddenly, everything you do seems smaller, slower, and less impressive than others. It steals joy by turning success into scarcity. It makes effort feel meaningless when it's not viral. And it turns your strengths into shadows of someone else's spotlight. 3. Perfectionism. Holding back until you're ready, which never comes. Perfectionism feels like discipline, but it's really fear disguised as preparation. It tells you that you're only worthy when you're flawless, which is impossible. And once you fall short, which you always will, it whispers, try harder, do better, wait until you're ready. But here's the secret. No one is ever fully ready. Real growth happens when you accept imperfection and embrace movement. 4. Emotional reactivity, letting feelings hijack your focus. Emotional reactivity is like driving with your foot on both the gas and brake, pushing forward while resisting at the same time. It happens when feelings take over logic and you act out of impulse rather than choice. One harsh comment derails your day. One missed opportunity throws you into spiral. One small setback feels like proof of failure. 5. Procrastination. Delay that looks like rest but feels like guilt. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's resistance. Resistance to doing something that doesn't feel aligned, inspired, or meaningful. While it masquerades as rest, it rarely brings peace. Instead, it builds guilt, anxiety, and inner pressure. Emotionally intelligent people recognize this trap and replace procrastination with intentional breaks. 6. Catastrophizing, blowing small problems into big ones. Catastrophizing is that voice in your head that takes one small hiccup and spirals into disaster. A missed opportunity becomes proof you'll never succeed. A minor setback becomes evidence that everything is broken. But emotionally strong people understand that most of what we fear never actually happens. 7. Rumination. Living in the past instead of the present. Rumination is like watching a movie of the past on repeat, reliving arguments, regrets, or missed chances. It keeps you stuck in stories that no longer serve you. Unlike reflection, which teaches and releases, rumination traps and torments. It locks you in the past, where nothing changes, and leaves the present untouched. Many high achievers unknowingly sabotage their own energy by living too much in memory and not enough in motion. 8. Black and white thinking. Seeing only failure or success, not growth. Black and white thinking traps us in extremes. Either I win completely or I failed entirely. Either they like me or they hate me. Either I'm perfect or I'm done. These global statements distort reality and keep us stuck in defeat. But emotionally intelligent people learn to hold nuance, to say, this hurts, and I'm still okay. 9. Overcommitting. Saying yes to others, no to yourself. We often confuse busyness with productivity and overcommitment with kindness, but every yes given without intention is a no to your own priorities. Emotionally intelligent people protect their energy by recognizing that saying no isn't rejection, it's respect. They understand that full calendars don't equal fulfilled lives. 10. Self-criticism. Talking to yourself like someone you hate. If you talk to yourself like your own worst enemy, no wonder life feels heavy. Self-criticism may feel like motivation, but it rarely leads to lasting change. Instead, it builds shame, blocks creativity, and weakens resilience. That's where self-compassion comes in. It's not about letting yourself off the hook. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. 11. Seeking approval. Letting others define your worth. Wanting to be liked isn't weakness, it's human. But when your choices are shaped more by what others will think than what you believe, you lose touch with who you really are. Emotionally mature people shift from seeking approval to leading with integrity. They start making decisions based on what feels right, not what gets praised. They stop posting things just for likes, stop agreeing just to avoid conflict. 12. Avoidance, pushing pain away until it owns you. Avoidance feels safe until it becomes a cage. Whether it's difficult emotions, uncomfortable conversations, or buried memories, pushing them aside might seem like protection. But avoidance doesn't heal. It hides. And eventually, what we run from catches up to us in bigger ways. The shift to acceptance, to facing what happened, doesn't mean liking it. 13. Dwelling on mistakes, staying in the past longer than needed. Mistakes happen, that's life. But emotionally intelligent people know that dwelling on them longer than necessary is what really slows growth. Instead of beating themselves up over what went wrong, they study the mistake, extract the lesson, and release the rest. They understand that perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. 14. Waiting for motivation, chasing feeling, instead of taking action. Waiting for motivation before acting is one of the most silent yet destructive mind traps. It convinces you that you need to feel ready before doing anything, which means you wait and wait and wait. But emotionally intelligent people know that motivation follows action, not the other way around. 15. Negative self-talk, believing lies that hold you back. The story you tell yourself shapes the life you live. And if your inner voice sounds like a critic instead of a coach, it's stealing your confidence before you even begin. Negative self-talk says, I can't. I'm not good enough. I'll never get this right. But emotionally intelligent people learn to catch these thoughts and rewrite them. Instead of I can't, they say I'm learning. All right, friends, that wraps up our list. The top 15 mind traps that steal your time and energy. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experience. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with someone who needs a reset, and subscribe so you never miss another episode. Thank you so much for watching. Stay grounded, stay aware, and remember, awareness is the first step toward freedom. See you next time.